The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
Uranium is easily mobilized in that case, and thorium isn't. So looking at those numbers is really important and comparing those things when you're looking at news releases and results from different companies. So we've got really strong uranium anomalies here. We've got all the signs that this is indeed a fertile system.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Sean Hillacre. He is the Vice President of Exploration for Standard Uranium. And Sean, it's always great to see you. How are you?
Doing well, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. So big news out from the company today. We've been waiting for the results from the Corvo Uranium Project work that you had been doing. And all in all, when you look at it and read the news release, it's all positive all around, Sean.
It is. It was a, highly successful program for our first program ever on the project. The last drilling that was ever done was back in 1979. We hit a few different target areas, and a couple of those had never been drilled ever. So really exciting results coming out of the maiden drill program.
Yeah, so tell me where you were looking at and what you saw.
Yeah, so the project itself is just over 12,500 hectares. It's just outside the eastern margin of the Athabascan Basin. And we had three kind of main target areas that we were targeting here. Manhattan being the one that we actually found more than 8% U3O8 right at surface during our prospecting last year in 2025, as well as Brooklyn and Tribeca, which were two new target areas that we kind of evaluated while we were prospecting as well and got us excited with the new geophysics we did too.
So 10 reconnaissance holes. So does this now, with the results that you're seeing, give you an area where you want to continue processing on? Or now do you look at some other areas to sort of see scope and how big it could be? What's sort of the plan?
Great question. So the project has, about 29 kilometers of strike
Yeah.
length here that we've identified through the new geophysics that we did over the last couple of years. So, to answer your question directly, we definitely have some follow-up to do. If you look at the table of results, I know that for a lot of readers, a table of numbers is kind of difficult to digest. But the main thing to, realize here is that we've got, you know, anomalous uranium in all the drill holes that we drilled for one. Number two, six of those nine holes that were completed have highly anomalous results. So, looking at, 1, 2, 300 ppm over, a coherent width. So that's important to look at, as well as the geological context there. So those types of numbers are a really strong uranium anomaly, and that paired with, the right types of rocks. So that's another thing to look at and compare that to, because those types of numbers in uranium assays mean a lot more when the right type of geology is there. So we're hitting those graphitic faults, we're seeing the hydrothermal alteration, and looking at things like uranium and thorium ratios, those get elevated when hydrothermal fluids are coming through there. Uranium is easily mobilized in that case, and thorium isn't. So looking at those numbers is really important, and comparing those things when you're looking at news releases and results from different companies. So we've got really strong uranium anomalies here. We've got all the signs that this is indeed a fertile system, not just, fertile host rocks, but we've got fluids moving in here. We've got the structures. So back to your question, we're definitely going to be following up on the next drill program, but then we've got, a whole quiver full of new targets to hit as well across the project.
Yeah, logging, geophysical data, you got to sort of all put it all together, right?
That's right. We've got, 29 kilometers is not a small,
Yeah,
a
that's right.
small corridor to test, right? So we're really excited about this. The results are pretty incredible for the first program ever. So speaks to, the prowess of the team and the project itself and the prospectivity.
Yeah, and lastly, Sean, just on, I know that Aventis Energy is on a 3-year earning agreement, and you guys are doing the work for this, and so their reaction as well. I imagine they're pretty excited about the investment they put in here and what they're seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been expediting it actually. So they want to really step on the gas here and get that 75% option done. So, they're almost towards the year two spend on that, and then year three is another $2 million. So they're really excited, and they're ready to step on the gas this year and looking into 2027 to accelerate that 3-year option within the span of, 2 years or less. So that's great news for us as operators. And we're planning right now on the next programs and to get back there as soon as possible. So we're all really happy and really excited with this.
All right, we'll leave it there. Sean, thanks so much. Really good update on Corvo. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely, Steve. We'll talk soon.
All right, Sean Hillacre, Vice President of Exploration for Standard Uranium.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.